Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Keeper of the Sith Holocron, the Lord of Lightning, the Demon of Darkness, the man, the myth, the legend, Emperor Palpatine. This is actually the Star Wars Black Series number 11, Emperor Palpatine. This is the 6-inch version of Lord Sidious. And just looking at it here in the box, it actually looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to getting this open and out of the box, which you can see is more of the same Black Series 6-inch style packaging that we have become accustomed to. You get the quadruple logo name there of Emperor Palpatine transcribed in 4 different languages, Disney and Hasbro down at the bottom. You get his evil smile there at the top right of the packaging. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get Emperor Palpatine unleashed. And when we come back in just a sec, we'll take a closer look and see what he's all about. All right, you guys, and here he is. Oh, wow, this is actually quite awesome of a figure. When I first saw pictures of this guy online, I kind of thought he looked like an evil Bill Murray. But the end result is actually pretty good. It doesn't look all that much like it looked in the pre-production photos. The final product is very, very nice looking. As you can see, the face looks quite nice. The silhouette of the figure is very nice. And quite notably, Hasbro actually did a soft goods robe on an Emperor figure that looks really good. From all angles, this actually looks really good. The silhouette is very unmistakably Emperor Palpatine, and it very much looks like a Sith Lord. Just really digging the look of the cloak there. Looks very, very nicely done. It seems to be kind of a material somewhat similar to Darth Vader's cape from the 6-inch version. Palpatine also comes with one accessory, which we will also look at in just a moment. Give you a close-up here of the face. As you can see, it's really good. I mean, they certainly based this figure off of his appearance in Return of the Jedi. I mean, obviously it's the same actor, so it does look somewhat like the way he looked in Revenge of the Sith. But from what I can see here, they definitely were going for Return of the Jedi, which is really cool. That's my preference anyway. If you pull back the cloak, you can see that, this is clearly Ian McDiarmid. And obviously we never saw the back half of his head in Return of the Jedi, so that's very obviously modeled after Revenge of the Sith. But it looks very nice. It's pretty tastefully done. He still has his hair. So you could really pass this off as either Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi, but the face to me, really looks a little bit more specific to Return of the Jedi, and it looks really good. You get all the nice wrinklage here on his face. The eyes look pretty good. They're not both painted perfectly dead on, but they're certainly not bad. There's a little bit of a spot or something on his nose, I guess because they kind of highlighted the wrinkling on his face to kind of bring out the detail a little bit more, so that looks really nice. Even his neck looks really nice. You can see all the nice detail in there. The rest of the figure is very nice. The cloak is shaped very, very nicely, and it conforms to his head very nicely as well. You'll see that there's a little clasp here, and the way that it's held in place is that there are 2 little slits in the cloak, and you'll see right there, there's the 2 little tabs that kind of go inside to those holes and secure it in place. You can pull it out, but I do find they are a little bit hard to get back in. Underneath, you can see his costume. Very simple. It's basically what you would expect, just black robes. Pretty nicely done. And the balance of these soft goods with the plastic actually looks pretty good. It doesn't really look too bad at all. I think, all things considered, it does look fairly natural. And the robes underneath also look very nice. It looks like our clasp came undone, so let me go ahead and take off his coat for you. And now it just looks basically like he's wearing a dress. But yeah, the outfit looks quite nice. It looks like maybe there's a stash right here around his waist, just kind of closing up his robes. The arms look pretty nice. You can see they're pretty heavily articulated. Hands look pretty good. There's not a whole lot of detail on them. They did sculpt some wrinkles on them, though, to kind of age them. Skin is pretty pale, as you can see, which matches the pale face. You can lift up his skirt, which I don't know if you want to do that, but if you did, you would see that he has fully sculpted legs underneath that look somewhat similar to the Black Series Darth Maul. You can see they're pretty textured and pretty nicely sculpted. He has boots, which look quite nice. And just all around very nice sculpt work on this figure. Cloak is just very soft. It's very stretchy. It is, like I said, quite similar to Darth Vader's cape. but it doesn't have the little weights down at the bottom. In the way of articulation, Emperor Palpatine has a ball joint here at the head. You can see a swivel right there for the neck so that you can get a pretty good range of movement out of him. He has ball joints at both of his shoulders, which move pretty nicely. He's got cuts at the upper biceps. He does have double bends at the elbows, which is pretty nice. He has swivels here at the wrists, but you can also move them up and down, and both of the wrists are the same way. He's got a very nice ball joint here at the torso, and he gets a pretty nice range of movement from it. Quite cool. Luckily, since he does have the slits here in the skirt, you can use his double-hinged hips, which get a pretty good range of movement as well. Kind of kick them around. He's got rotations at the upper thigh, double bends at both of the knees, and then rocker hinging down here at both of the ankles. So a very nicely articulated figure. I really didn't expect that he was going to have all this articulation, but it's so awesome that he does. Palpatine comes with a single accessory, and that is his cane, and it looks really great. Sculpt work on it's very nice. It's painted very nice and very glossy black. And he does hold his cane in both hands. Now, while you can put the cane in both hands, it does seem that it is better suited for his left hand, which they give it a really nice look. You can kind of make it look like he's pointing. But the right hand, it does seem like they made it so that you could use it with a lightsaber. Unfortunately, they didn't pack him with one, which isn't a huge deal. But, it clearly looks like they designed it with that in mind. Just to show you what that could look like, though, I gave him Darth Vader's lightsaber, and he actually looks pretty good with the lightsaber, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, number 11, Emperor Palpatine 6-inch scaled figure. All in all, I must say that I'm quite impressed with this figure. Over the years, Hasbro has made several iterations of Emperor Palpatine in the 3 3/4 inch scale, and they never quite get them 100% right, especially when they try soft goods out. Luckily, with the 6-inch version, the soft goods works very, very nicely. The likeness of Emperor Palpatine is very, very good, and he's loaded with articulation. The robe is quite nice. Underneath the robe is also very nice. They gave him a lot of detail in places they really didn't need to, like the legs, for example. His cane is very nice. He's very fun to pose, and he looks really good no matter how you position him. I really didn't expect that I was going to like this guy all that much. I kind of thought it was going to be sort of like Darth Vader, where you're expecting this high-profile character that, turns out pretty good, but, is also a bit of a disappointment. Luckily, that's not the case with Palpatine. He's very, very nice, and I think this is one of the absolute best in the 6-inch Black Series lineup. This is one of those rare instances where I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the figure. Guys, if you're picking and choosing with the Black Series lineup, get Palpatine. He is beyond great. Really, really, really pleased with this figure. And that's not something I say all that often about the 6-inch Black Series figures, because while there are quite a few that are very, very nice, there's also a few duds and, some that are, pretty good but not spectacular. Palpatine is quite spectacular and one that you need to add to your collection. All right, you guys, and that'll do it for this review. If you'd like to take part in the 1,000 subscribers giveaway, please be sure to submit your entry. There is a link down at the bottom. And also remember that we will be answering the questions for our Q&A next week. There's a link for that as well, so if you want to ask me a question, feel free to do so. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.